Alright, this is such a cool game. This is a game that I was actually jealous of Nintendo 64 owners for. We didn't really have anything really like it at all on PlayStation. We had the Jet Moto games, but my recollection, those were maybe a little more combat oriented and they didn't really focus on, excuse me, water physics. You had Hydro Thunder, and I'm not sure how good the PlayStation's port of that is. Hydro Thunder is the only thing that even approached like water physics in the same way as this game, and did not do it as well. Of course, the drawback here, as you can see, is a little bit crunchy at 20 frames per second. The graphics are great though, like the water effect looks really cool, and is yeah, like fully interactive, like a physics model, somewhat realistic approach to it that goes beyond what a lot of games nowadays even do. So very cool in this regard. And without further ado, let's play some Wave Race 64. Running this on Mupen 64 with the Angry Lion software renderer. I do not like hardware upscaling. I avoid using it when possible. Probably going to be switching to the Ares emulator soon. The Movement 64 with Angry Lion plugin and RetroArch has certain issues. Like, you can't reset a game, for example, it just crashes RetroArch. At least that's been my experience. You have to close it and reopen it instead. And there's always a slim chance that it'll just crash for, like, no reason at all, too, I think. Mostly everything runs well, except for, like, a few... Like, some of the cruising games I had technical problems with. And it made me not like the game too. And I wonder if the games are more fun than I'm giving them credit for, because I haven't been able to play them in an enjoyable way. And I used to like them, so I have odd feelings about that whole situation. So that's something I can check out with Ares, although there won't necessarily be a cruising stream. And the other thing is the Battle Tanks games. I like tank games, and a friend of mine at work was telling me how much he enjoyed those. The first one doesn't run. Oh, wait, the second one doesn't run on Moop, and it crashes.
Mono, headphones, stereo, mono, headphones.
I'm actually on headphone. Okay. Okay. Do I have any? No, just Dolphin Park from messing around a little bit, testing this. The hard turns are still tricky for me on this. I think you kind of have to gas and brake at the same time, like use L and R on the shoulder, like the shoulder buttons. I'm not totally sure. And this is a Kawasaki endorsed game, which I didn't remember, but it is. Yeah. I tend to think of it as a very Nintendo-y Nintendo game. Let's go ahead and warm up. I probably need to warm up. And we're going to go with the most default version of this.
Welcome to Dolphin Park.
The presentation is great, though, with the 3D maps. Everything's heavily anti-aliased because it's a Nintendo 64. It's real clean, even if that's debatable. The actual polygon count is much lower than what you can tell, and if you switch to a high-resolution polygon render, hardware render, you'll see exactly how jagged it really is, especially the character models, which look kind of bad.
Press up and down on the control stick to lean the rider forward and back. When you jump, you can control the height of your jump by leaning the rider forward or back.
Okay, I got you. So they're saying, like, pull back for a higher jump, I guess, and push forward for a shorter jump. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. Lean back a little too much, huh?
To corner sharply, press down on the control stick while turning.
Oh, so you should pull back, is what you're saying. Down on the control stick while turning.
To do a barrel roll while on the ramp, quickly move the control stick left, then right, and hold.
That didn't work. Sorry, it is taking me just a minute to warm up, and that's why I'm doing this.
To do a barrel roll while on the ramp, quickly move the control stick right, then left, and hold. To do a flip while on the ramp, quickly move the control stick up, then down, and hold.
Okay, I think I got the gist of it, except for the stunts, which I'm clearly not doing. I don't know what you gotta do there. They say left, right, I hit left, right. I know how to hit left and right on a stick. I don't know what the fuck's wrong. If anyone can explain that one, let me know. Seems like a bunch of bullshit to me, though. It doesn't seem like it works. But hopefully not an important part of the game. Perhaps in stunt mode it matters.
Select your watercraft, please. Welcome to Sunny Beach.
Get ready for the first race. 3, 2, 1, go! Woo! Nice! Nice! Wow! You left everybody behind! Okay. Good. Maximum power! Keep the pace.
Alright.
Okay. You're about 3 seconds ahead. Maximum power!
I can't.
You finished first and got 7 points. Great race. Move on to the next round.
Welcome to Sunset Bay.
Alright.
Start your engine. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay. Okay. Wow, you left everybody behind.
Hmm. kind of hate that. I don't understand why my turn wasn't sharp enough. Like, I'm trying so hard. Like, I tried to figure out the controls, and I'm still having these issues where the turns are just not sharp enough sometimes. Like, I just cannot make a sharp enough turn no matter what I do, and I don't understand what the trick is. What a fucking load of horseshit. Like, that's not what happened. That's not even close. Man, I'm just irritated beyond belief with that. Oh, it restarts the whole thing. Of course. Of course. Why wouldn't it?
Bunny Beach.
Yeah, there's some real bullshit in this game's controls that bothers me, and I don't know how to do it. I mean, I guess I used to. I don't remember it being an issue, and it's a huge issue right now. Like, I can't turn a certain amount. Like, I can't. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Like, sometimes the turn just doesn't work. Like, there. Doing the pull back thing, like feathering the gas, holding brake when I need to, all that shit. I'm trying to do everything. I just don't understand why it's sometimes, like most of the time it's fine, and most of my turns turn out fine. Like that one was pretty okay. But like a lot of them are just, it just doesn't turn. It just doesn't seem like it wants to turn at all. The music in this game's alright too. It doesn't quite seem up to snuff with like Mario 64 and maybe like Pilot Wings and stuff. Some of those games sounded a little bit better. And the overall sound design is pretty good, but the music's just kind of a little bit on the elevator-ish side.
You finished first and got 7 points. Move on to the next round.
But I do think they did a good job of making, even though it's all water-based, making the levels distinct and stuff in this game. That's something I definitely remember about it.
3, 2, 1.
Tapping the button like rapidly almost seems to work better than almost anything. Yeah, that is the method. That's weird. What odd controls. I'll get used to it though, I guess. It's alright, keep it up, buddy. With a little bit of power down. That's real bad, right? Basically losing now. Ooh, yeah. Oh, it's getting nasty now. It's getting straight up nasty. This game is probably too hard for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is probably too hard of a game for me. And the second level of it is absolutely kicking the shit out of me, and I don't understand the turning thing. Like, I just really don't. Maybe if somebody can give me a tip on this one, I'll come back to it someday.
Welcome to Drake Lake.
I'm gonna restart the whole thing, because obviously there's the retire feature is just dumb. It doesn't make any sense. Like, there's not, I cannot think of a use case for it. That's silly. I just thought it would back me out to the menu. Quit game does that, I guess. Restart starts from the beginning, which is what I'm gonna do anyway, so whatever.
Welcome to
And if this doesn't work, maybe I'll try a character that supposedly has better handling, or like I'll try moving the handling up or something. It's really... I liked this game a lot more in the past because I thought it controlled well, and now that I'm playing it right now, I don't understand. Like the physics work, it seems cool. Most of the time it works, and then sometimes you just can't turn. Just straight up can't turn. I don't quite get that. Is it that I need to bring my speed down? I often feel like I'm at a dead stop when I can't turn, so I'm gonna have to pay attention here. I'm so good at the first track now, but the second one is just a pile of shit. It's just filled with these turns I can't do, and this one doesn't seem to have that. Sometimes it happens, like it happened right there, real bad right there. But this track usually is more friendly. But I really don't get it. Like, I don't get what causes me to just... I'm gonna try Googling it. Has anybody else ever had that feeling when they played this game? Like, they just couldn't... Like, one time out of 5, they just can't turn. Like, you just can't turn your jet ski at all. I'm curious about this. I'm gonna Google it now. Maybe I must be doing something wrong. They are saying push down. I mean, I'm doing that, I think. Maybe my instincts are wrong on it or something. Yeah, I don't know. It must be just I'm failing to master the holding down on the stick mechanic or something.
Welcome to Sunset Bay.
Start your engine. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay. Wow, you hit everyone behind. Okay.
That is as down up gets. Flip my ass. I still, again, on the I don't understand the stunts either. It seems like that just doesn't seem to work. So I think you've got to let off the gas and then hold down and hit to the corner. You basically have to like stop and do like a crunchy turn on some of these. Is that the deal? Seems like it. I'm definitely getting better at it. I think I'm underestimating, because of the slightly loose camera, I'm underestimating how much it will turn if I accelerate while holding down on the stick, and therefore I'm actually like paralyzing myself by not just following through with it, because the camera will swing around. That's pretty interesting. This has definitely got a feel to it. You gotta get used to it. It's maybe kind of acquired taste too. Second it is. I stole it at the very end. At least I'm getting the hang of it, sort of. It is fun once you start getting used to it. I know. I used to love this game. In the Ultra HLE days and early Nintendo 64 emulators, this game actually ran surprisingly well on most of them with just a handful of graphical glitches and, ugly hardware rendering, but I still played the absolute hell of it out of the absolute hell out of it back then. In the early mid 2000s. and then I haven't touched it since. Really, I have the actual cartridge. I've bought it since then, but I never really spent any time with it. I think when I did pick it up, I got a little frustrated with it and didn't try it again. It's definitely you got to get used to this stuff. This is not normal. Not normal racing game controls. Not bad, just not what you're used to. In a way, very smart for them to fully use all the directions on the controller to like give you more control options and like a sharper form of steering than you normally get in most games. And you're thinking, well, yeah, of course it's gonna suck on like real hardware because the regular Nintendo 64 controller sucks. That's true, but my Nintendo 64 has a modded stick, so it's the same controller, but the stick on it is more like the stick that's in like a GameCube or something. So it's way better to use. I'm gonna miss that. Sometimes you just gotta accept that you're gonna miss the slalom too. I don't want to, but sometimes you got to. Especially depending on what your opponents may or may not be getting up to. Hell yeah. Now I'm getting the hang of this shit. And again, look how different this race is with its placid waters and stuff. It's a completely different thing than the choppy like bays that we were in before, you know. But yeah, it's all about like holding back on the stick and like letting off and then hitting it and following through with it. And like I do mean following through with it, as in it doesn't look like you're gonna turn sharp enough, but then the camera swings around and you do. So I gotta be more brave about that. A little more bold. Now we got some rougher waters for sure. Okay, so I was supposed to go a different direction. So this game's completely unforgiving if you made a mistake. Like there's no way to. I can maybe try to race my way back into the race, but it's gonna be really, really hard now because I drove into a wall for like 15 seconds. So it's pretty much over, you know, maybe. There's no way to restart a race or anything now. If you didn't make it, something bad like this happened, say, you just didn't make it and something bad happened. I don't think I'll be able to get back in the action, but I might be able to weasel my way back into like third or something. I'm pretty close actually right now. Turn, 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 please turn. Please turn, game. Just turn. Just turn the fucking boat. Oh, turning. I thought I had it down. I thought I had it down finally. I was wrong. I do not have it down. I'm still struggling with it. It's the hardest fucking thing to master. Power down, power down, power down, power down, power down. Bunch of power downs. Maybe after power downs I can control my boat. My jet ski. I'm just gonna call it a boat to piss people off. This is so bad on the controller. Like, it felt like it was good, and now it feels like dog shit. Like, just absolute fucking dog shit again. Like, what's going on with this game? Every time I think I have it figured out, it's just like, oof. No? Maybe not?
Welcome to Port Blue.
watch out for whatever that bullshit is. Normally you scrape the wall, but this time we thought it'd be cool if it like really fucked you up when you hit the wall. It's never done that before, but this time it will. I don't know how I feel about this game. It seems really good, except for the sudden random nature of the control, like just going to shit all the time. Like it works and it's like you're having fun, and then all of a sudden it just doesn't want to turn. It doesn't want to read a turn. It doesn't want to hear anything about you trying to turn. It says, nope, we're going to drive you into that wall, knock you off your boat, and tell you to go to hell. Okay. Maybe that's an emulation problem? I don't know. Is it a me problem, or is it a game problem, or is it an emulation problem? Maybe it's just a getting used to it thing, because I do better at it the more I play it. The more I play it, the less I have that problem, but I'm not real sure why. Not like totally confident in knowing what I did to make it control better. Like, we're doing so good, you know. And then you get these little bursts of, you know, it's probably, yeah, it probably is the physics just knocking my boat around, and me not understanding exactly when and how I can turn. You throw in a low frame rate, and that gets a little extra frustrating, but I'm getting better at it. Look how inconsistent that scoring is. 7-4, 7-0, 1, 7. That make me the champion, despite having completely lost one or two of them. I think that does. Like, these are very low polygon models, and they really only look okay because of the combination of using a low resolution and a bunch of anti-aliasing. That kind of blurs all of everything that goes on in the N64 together, which gives it a different kind of look. That it looks more like the CG that was produced during this time, though. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I went through several cycles of that, going from, man, I can't control this. Oh, you gotta hold down to turn. Even that sometimes doesn't work. What the fuck is wrong with this game? I hate it. I think I'm finally getting used to it. So, who knows? Who knows where we landed on this? I'm not rating it yet. I think it's probably pretty cool. It's just a matter of getting that exact feel. Anyway, I'll be back in just a second, and we'll see if there's like probably some sort of second championship to do, or see what else this has got going on. And we'll see if we can figure out stunts here in a little while too. I'm real curious about that. I might Google that while I'm gone and see if I can figure out whether it's not happening at all. Oh, and let me go ahead and enter my name. Alright, I'll be right back. The only real suggestion I saw in here, and besides like a list of moves that clearly aren't working for me, some of them specifically said to release throttle, so it's possible I was holding throttle. That would explain a lot. Let's try stunt mode. See if we can even do one stunt. Actually, that's the other thing. Let's use the stunt guy, Jeter. He's the stunt dude. He's supposed to be better at stunts. The main stunt they want is just me to hit these rings, right? Nice. Weird. I don't even know, man. Was I still on my hands? You know what was going on? Shitty. I'm guessing that wasn't a cool stunt at all.
Had it.
What does almost had it mean? I almost had what? Like, is there a goal? 5,000? Well, I'm real bad at that. I cannot get most stunts to work. I can barely turn, so I'm shocked at how hard this game is to control. Like, I feel like it's crazy hard to control. It's affecting my opinion of it for sure. Save it for a review at the end. We'll just keep playing. Like, keep chipping at it. See if there's no other championship besides just playing it on a harder difficulty. That sucks. I think I did that backwards. I want to change my settings. I don't want heavy, I want light. Let me go back, let me go back, let me go back, let me go back.
3, 2, 1.
Annoying. Just absolutely annoying to have to wait through all this shit. There we go. At least it doesn't have actual load time. Championship. There's a hard difficulty now, but I'm not super comfortable with that.
Select your watercraft, please.
There we go. That's what I want.
Welcome to Sunny Beach.
Get ready for the first race. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Wow. You left everyone behind. Good. Nice. Maximum power.
This does help. Maybe we try hard then. Yeah, that made a pretty big improvement right there. That's the move. Lighten it up a couple notches. Tighten up the grip a couple notches. Remember to hold down and pay attention to the physics on the waves. Now I'm actually hitting it. I'm actually nailing it for a change. And I'm swerved out a little bit here, but look at that, regaining control. Actually, like, able to get it going again. Hell to the yes. Game's not quite full screen. Most N64 games aren't. It's like rendering in 320 by 240 or something, but it's only using like 200 lines or something like that. It's slightly letterbox damage. Hang on a second.
Welcome to Sunset Bay.
We are going to try hard in just a second. Be right back. So yeah, this is probably something I knew back in the day. The default settings should be lighter and tighter than what they give you. That's probably why I used to like it more than and had trouble when I went back to it.
Welcome to Sunny Beach.
Get ready for the first race. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, looking good. Nice. Whoa, okay. Maximum power. Ow. You moved up. No misses. Beautiful.
Nice. I did it.
You finished first and got 7 points. Great race. Move on to the next round.
Welcome to Sunset
Yeah, I wish
Bay.
Nintendo actually made more racing games, especially in this kind of weird style. Like, they seem to have a grip on making an interesting place you want to be, which, and like making the track the way it's set, like in some almost magical world, like kind of surreal. That's something that Sega do so well at too. Part of what makes their racing games so special, I think. Brutal. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna lose pretty hard here. Yeah, I don't even understand what's going on anymore. It's so fucking wild. I'm distantly ranked out that I'm not gonna finish the race. You actually can't miss more than a certain number. That's what causes an instant loss. Doesn't matter, I wasn't going to catch up in time anyway, but still.
Welcome to Drake Lake.
Watch the signal.
So this is all the same shit too. Like, the normal's not got different courses than hard or anything. It seems like it's just difficulty and that's it. Which, I mean, if I struggle with the normal, there's not much reason to play hard, probably. Until I start acing normal. I'm doing well. I mean, these are crazy hard to not miss, in my opinion. I'm like having to reroute myself significantly to hit these, and they're somehow not, and I'm still somehow missing most all of them. So I don't get it. Yeah, this is too hard to play. Too hard to be fun.
You finished fourth. I'm sorry. Move on.
I shouldn't be on hard. I can't even play it. And there's nothing extra to see, so who gives a shit? It's so boring. So yeah, this game's good, but it's not great. And I can see why. Like, what's here is good. There's not very much. There's not very much of anything. There's a stunt mode that I don't really give a shit about. There's time trials on all, what is it, 5 courses? And there's a championship where you run through 5 courses with 2 additional unlockable difficulties. That's the whole game, guys. I mean, it's not like way too small. It's just kind of too small. This is the same problem that Pilotwings 64 game has too, where it's like, yeah, it seems pretty cool, but it's like, it doesn't quite feel like you're getting a full game. What is this? I don't even know what I chose. Time trials. How many courses are there? I guess that's what I meant to check.
Select your course.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's like 3 hidden ones, but I don't know. There's many hidden ones. Oh wait, no, I played through all the. Okay, so the actual game consists of these first 6, and that's it. And then there's 3 hidden ones, which I have 1 of for some reason. Not sure why, but here it is.
3, 2, 1.
Or maybe this. It's hard to say. It's just hard to say no matter how you look at it. I don't know how it works. Why? Speaking of not knowing how things work, what the fuck happened there? That's annoying. So, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. There's a lot of games that I like that are designed like this, but it is what people generally consider old video game bullcrap. When you don't quite have enough in your games, you make it pretty frustrating. There's like, well, there's like a half dozen. And it doesn't seem way too short, but I guess it's because the courses themselves are short. That's why it seems like there's so little. Because otherwise, they're like, yeah, what are you talking about? There's 9 tracks. There's 6 that normally come up or something. And that seems like it'd be fine in most games, but these tracks are just a bit small, and it feels like there should be more of them. Like, this is the kind of game that could probably really benefit from having 20 or 30 tracks. And you know, wouldn't be that hard to do that, because they're mostly made up of the same crap, I think. And you could probably, like, rearrange stuff and make different courses out of these to make it interesting. It's a bit of a mess.
Select your course, please.
Yeah, I don't know why Dolphin Park's locked either.
Select your
That's
watercraft.
that part seems strange to me as well. Since it's in the normal racing.
Select your watercraft, please.
I'm leaning into it even harder. I want it to be zippier and twistier.
Welcome to Sunny Beach.
I can just dash where I need to go.
Get ready for the first race. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay. Good. Wow, you left everyone behind. Nice. Nice. Maximum power.
Like, it's really interesting to me. I'll point this out, okay? So this game has 9 courses, which I haven't seen all of yet, and Hydro Thunder has 9 courses, of which I can only see 6. Hydro Thunder feels way more like a complete game to me than this game. It feels more like you're getting like a full package. Even though I've probably like actually played less courses on it, because the courses are so much more significant. It feels more like a full game. And I don't know if that was like memory limitations or what we've got going on here. Maybe it was because they wanted it to be a launch title or an early title. I don't know if this was a launch title. It may have been. It was a very early N64 title. Let's just say that. Maybe they didn't put as much development time into it, or maybe it was just a matter of they didn't want to use a huge cartridge ROM. I think this game's probably only like 16 megabits or something, probably, right? Or like 32. It's not huge. It's just a couple megabytes or some shit. At most, it's like 64 megabits, excuse me. We should make it an 8 megabyte cartridge. That's how big most N64 games are, and I just don't think this is as big as most of them.
Welcome to
It's
Sunset
64
Bay.
megabit. Paprium for Sega Genesis was 64 megabit as well, if you want to make a comparison. Or Eartheon, which I played yesterday, which is 60. So. 3D stuff doesn't really take up as much space as a bunch of 2D assets that are all hand-drawn. But it depends, you know, on texture quality and model quality and everything else. During this era, though, everything was pretty small. The amount of video memory they had to work with was pretty small as well. Oh, also this game doesn't support the Rumble Pack because I don't think that was a thing yet. But there's a Japanese re-release that does. If you care about that. I'm not using vibration, I don't really care. I mean, I don't really care. It might be worth messing with in the future. Again, I'm probably switching N64 emulators. Don't hate this one, and I'm going to keep it around as an option, but Ares looks like it might be the better option. It'll be interesting to find out, because every N64 emulator I've ever messed with has had like one issue or another. None of them are perfect or give a perfect experience. All of them either seem like there's like a game or two they just don't want to run right, or like where they just freak out on certain stuff. None of them seem like they can handle the cruising games, which is really odd, because those don't seem like they'd be that intense. Lupin has a bunch of button mapping problems that I hate and don't know really how to work around in Retro Arc, so that sucks.
Move on to the next round.
Welcome to Drake Lake.
Watch the signal. 3, 2, 1.
And this is foggy even by N64 standards. Which is also why this looks completely wrong if you're not using a software renderer. On hardware rendering, it just always comes out looking like fucking crystal clear. No fog to be seen. Or very little. That was a hell of an improvement. Wow.
You finished first and got 7 points. Great. Move on to the next round.
Welcome to Marine Fortress.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
that's gonna be really hard to recover from. I won't recover from that. What the fuck am I talking about? There's no coming back from that shit. This is like the most unforgiving goddamn racing game ever. You're either winning or you fucked up and you're not even gonna finish. You're not even gonna finish. It goes so bad. Those are the two places I can achieve in this game: first and DNF. I achieved second through assassination. That's amazing.
You finished second and got 4 points. Nice. Move on to the next round.
So yeah, this used to be like my favorite racing game on N64, and now it's not even my fifth. And that's not even to say it's bad. I like it. I'm sitting here right now seeing what this game is and playing it. I feel like it's probably like a 7 out of 10. It's great. I mean, not great, but it's great. It's good enough. Like, that puts it in the same territory as like the first Burnout game or something, or the first Need for Speed game. In other words, they were on to something. If they followed this formula, they could have made some truly amazing shit if they'd made more of them. Apparently there is one on GameCube, but it's a developer. A lot of people don't like it. I've never played it. We'll have to check it out, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. It was like squandered opportunity for better games that they could have made off of it, because it doesn't feel like very meaty. That's really my only thing holding it back too. The control I've gotten used to now. I actually think it's kind of a good control system. It's just very challenging. It's a very challenging game. And I think the reason why they made it so challenging to some extent is because there's not a lot to see. So here, practice at this, you know what I mean? Which again, like, there's a lot of old games like that, and it's not the worst thing in the world. Sometimes it means well worth practicing that. And at the time, more so, though, you know what I mean? Because it gets to be more like, well, you know, I could just play something simpler. I do not care for the music on this particular stage. It's not just that it's kind of boring like some of the other music, even though it's also pretty decent fidelity. This music kind of sounds crappy on this stage. They're shooting for like a more techno sounding thing, but it just, I don't know, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. Man, look how much better I did there. Yeah, this is definitely something you can practice and get better at. But you'll still be racing these 6 tracks. So, like 6, 40-second long at the most loops.
Welcome to Southern Island.
This is the final round. Good luck. 3, 2, 1. Nice.
Like, imagine a sequel to this with bigger, like, more thematic levels like Hydro Thunder has, but these physics and controls. It would actually be a better game than Hydro Thunder. Hydro Thunder is pretty good. I mean, I don't think it's a bad boat game at all. But it doesn't have this level of detail in its physics simulation. And I actually think that even the hit to the frame rate, which is normally something I would bitch about a whole lot, probably worth it for the time to be able to provide this kind of gameplay and this type of visuals with it. So this is a good 7, maybe even an 8, but I'm leaning towards 7 just because I feel it's a little thin. And ultimately, yeah, the same problem that I've never streamed Pilot Wings 64, but if I were to, I'd say a lot of the same stuff. Game's really cool. This is really innovative. This is really ahead of its time. I wish there was more of it. It sure is hard. They sure did make it hard because there's not much there. But yeah, that's kind of the way they were going at the time with these particular products. But no, I'm starting to see why I spent so much time with this game too. It's pretty cool. I whooped its ass that time. I'm gonna try the higher difficulty again, you know. Keep bumping it up, see how it goes.
You're the champion. Congratulations. You get to move up to the next class. Wave breaks. Three, two, one.
Oh wow, here's a look at what the split screen looks like. Sorry, I just had to sneeze like 30 times in a row. Oh man. Summertime, allergy time. So yeah, this is what the split screen looks like. It holds a good frame rate in the split screen. Which makes me wonder if it could have been better full screen. Yeah, who knows? Who knows if they even had time for the optimizations.
Select your watercraft, please.
Oh, this has a 7th round.
Welcome to Sunny Beach.
Okay. I mean, if I could ever survive that long, which I probably won't. The placement of the slaloms does change. It's way harder. It's a big part of what makes this harder, actually. Wow, okay, yeah, wow. By like an inch. I lost it. Alright, whatever.
You finished second and got 4 points. Move on to the next.
Welcome to Sunset Bay.
Start your engine. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay. Okay. Not bad.
Totally ass. Not bad. Maybe I'll scrape through this whole thing in a second. I don't know if that'll unlock hard or expert or not, but...
You finished second and got move on to the next round.
Welcome to Drake Lake.
Watch the signal. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay. Okay. Not bad. Good. Okay. Maximum power.
The fucking pan flu on this level is something. Shit, oh, that was a real beat up there. I hope that didn't cost me the race, but I think it might have. Yeah, it did. It did. God damn, dude. Man, they just fucking all attacked me at the very end there. Holy shit. Well, at least I didn't get kicked out. I might be losing overall now. Not quite. That Stewart guy sucks.
Welcome to Marine Fortress.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Wow, you left everybody behind. Good.
I absolutely stomped her face out. It's amazing. Oh no. Oh no. Many things have gone wrong. Both wrong and very different. I've never seen this. This is a whole new thing to me. This is open? And we go through here now? Okay. I mean, the race is over for me, but I'm curious about this. I've never seen this. Okay. That's new. I was doing really, really well, by the way, until then everything changed into some weird shit I've never seen before. Now I'm losing to Stewart. Are we tied? I think we're tied. Let's see here.
You finished fourth and got one move on to the next
Nope,
round.
losing to Stewart a little bit.
Welcome to Port Blue.
Have a good race. 3, 2, 1,
Yeah, this level tries to do some sort of industrial techno thing, and it's worse off for it. I don't know what would have worked best here, though. It's hard to say. I mean, I probably would have wanted something with a bunch of weird steel drums and like tropical sounding shit, you know, I don't know. Although this type of level is definitely not throwing that vibe as much, so I guess I see why they tried to do an industrial type of thing, you know. They've done that better on N64 though, like Killer Instinct Gold has some great examples of electronic music on this console. I do think there might be a shortcut there, but I don't know how useful it really is. I do remember thinking this was a game that had shortcuts in it that were not useful, like where you would actually lose time because of the extra maneuvering. I don't know where the first place guy got away to, but I got well away from third and fourth. That was an odd round. Not having the hard time I was in the two before it, fortunately.
Nice going. Move on to the next round.
I'm still somehow losing though because of a shakeup that happened up front.
Welcome to Twilight City.
What a bunch of weird shit. Alright. I have to win. To win. I have to come in first. No pressure. I wonder how the reflection effects were done here. Probably by putting architecture under the water, I would imagine. Probably ray tracing. And there were already discussions about hardware-based ray tracing going on at this time, I will say that. Or at least with the M2 and the Nuon. You've probably never heard of either of those. Those are some of the most rare. The M2 never even released. It was supposed to be the 3DO successor, though. The Nuon was like, oh, I got those perfectly backwards. Yeah, that knocked me out. And I went right on the left and left on the right.
Sorry, you didn't accumulate enough.
I almost got it, though. That was closer than I thought. And once you get used to the control, like, yeah, playing it on hard's really fun. And I guess once you get used to beating it on hard, you get the extra difficulty, and there's one extra track there each. So, you know, this is only a year after Ridge Racer came out, and it's like a launch title on the N64. So, I probably shouldn't be that harsh on its content either. This is actually a pretty good game. This maybe is like an 8. I want to say it's an 8. And the only thing keeping it from being a 9 is just not enough stuff. Needs more stuff. That's not to say I'm bored either, though. I'll keep playing it for another, let's say, half hour, 45 minutes. I definitely want to give the hard difficulty another go.
Come back. Try again.
Another thing that keeps the score kind of close to an 8 for me is the fact that I'm getting a better than real experience here with using a Sony PlayStation 4 DualShock controller, which is a controller that I consider, as far as its analog stick goes, it's not like the best one ever. It's not even as good as a GameCube. It's not as good as a Saturn or a 3D pad or a Dreamcast stick or anything. There's lots of sticks that have better range of motion, etc., etc. But I'm not joking when I say it's like 10 times better than the one that was in the N64. That little plastic piece of shit is like not something that anyone should be using. Get a modded stick if you can, or get an adapter to use a different controller. That's my advice. Or get a third-party controller that is taking care of these problems. I'm sure 8-Bit will make one. The regular Nintendo 64 controller is pretty ass,
Welcome to Sunny Beach.
in my opinion. I know a lot of you grew up with it and are going to not agree with that. But I mean, seriously, like, pick up a DualShock 1, the original DualShock, or even the dual analog stick that precedes the DualShock. It doesn't have vibration on the PS1. Pick one of those up that's in good shape and use the analog stick. And that's with the analog stick. Even without playing a game, just feel it. And then feel the N64 one. You guys got shafted. We both did. Let's be fair. Nintendo 64 owners got shafted because on analog because their analog controllers suck. PlayStation owners got shafted because even though they got a good analog controller, it was late in the system's life, and there's still a problem with, adopting a third-party device. So, a lot of games didn't even have analog support, even later in the life of the system. Oh yeah, first place. Just barely.
You finished first and got 7 points. Great race. Move on to the next round.
Welcome to Sunset Bay.
Start your engine. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, nice. Getting good at it. Never mind, I am totally turned around on this game's control. This is a very complex controlling game because of the choppy water physics. You know, an analog, fully in every direction movement, leaning forward and back, and having to lean back to turn and stuff like that. But it's a surprisingly complex game for something that's basically played with one button and a stick. I mean, two. There's a brake button, and there's even like L and R tapping to maybe kind of turn more. But like mostly, it's all about working the stick, like pulling it down when you need to turn, and just focusing on
Welcome
being
to
able to
Great
execute
Race.
both wide and sharp turns with different degrees of downwards pull, and then also controlling whether you're leaning forward or back as you hit choppy waves. This is of course a very different, very turn focused course that doesn't have a lot of choppy waves at all, but it does have tricky turns like this one, which you gotta know how to do. Some basic slaloming stuff that's pretty hard. Much more challenging this time around, I'd say, than on easy. I sure have, because this sucks. Getting the hell beat out of me there by everyone. I actually really like this course because it shows how complex the water physics simulation is by having it, you know, basically based entirely off the motion of your and the other craft, instead of just having a bunch of crazy like waves just always going on, you know. The ones with a bunch of crazy waves can feel really random sometimes, like you're not, you know, you have no control over what waves are coming up as you come up on something, so you're kind of at the mercy of trying to figure out what you're working with there.
You finished third and got to move on to the next.
Welcome to Marine Fortress.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1,
I said I wouldn't put this in my top 5 racers on N64 earlier, but I don't know if that's true either. It might still be up there in ways. It's so hard to say because there's a bunch of good ones on the console. I like this better than Wipeout 64, which is not a terrible port of a great game, but just not my preferred way to play it. Compared to Ridge Racer 64, this is like a better playing racing game. Like it's more interesting and stuff, but there's less to it, so they're kind of almost equal in quality. I don't like it as much as F-Zero X. F-Zero X is really neat. Watch my stream. And I don't like it as much as Mario Kart. I'm sure most people probably don't. Mario Kart's probably most people's favorite on the console. And I'm about to fail out right here. I'm not even hitting the checkpoints because they're so hard to hit. Oh, we're waiting patiently.
Nice try.
I was 18 seconds behind. Yeah. 18.
Finished fourth.
Well, I'm like, we're talking like 40-second laps too, right?
Move on to the next round.
Really closer to 30-second laps. So the winner won in like 100 seconds or a little over. So like, and on 3 laps. So I lost by half a lap, in other words, or more than half a lap. Well over half a lap. I'll say that. They do all brake to the right there. I wonder if it really is way better. I was in second. I'll never be again. So that's a good example of a shortcut that's like 1,000 times worse than just taking a regular road. Like you should just road. You should really just stay on track there. You should not follow that shit. That's awful. I was in second going on first, and then now I just scraped in third because of that stupid last lap. It added 5 seconds over the lap before it, or 4 seconds. A little over 4 seconds. That's horseshit. Do not take that shortcut. I have no idea why the computer does it. I have no idea how they make it work. I'm never doing that again.
Welcome to Twilight City.
I'm always fascinated, and this isn't the first racing game I've ever seen that did it. It's certainly not the last. I've played some very recent racing games that are real big on what we just saw there. And what did we see there? What I'm saying is AI that doesn't care how it does in a race. Its only goal is to stop you from doing okay. Like it's fucking dedicated to it. It'll drive sideways into you, knowing that there's no way it's gonna be able to recover or like do okay after that. But it's doing it just to make you not do well. I don't like that either because I don't feel like if these were real opponents, anyone would want to do that. I don't think anyone would be so dedicated to stopping the technique that they are going to blow the race for themselves. It's interesting how I'm like feel like I'm doing okay for a while there, but I'm not coming anywhere close to seeing third place or second place, I should say. Now that sucked, and now I make it fourth. Good chance of fourth. Oh, they started me facing backwards. That's super cool of them. I didn't wreck facing backwards or anything, but they thought when they put me back on my jet ski that it'd be super cool if I was on there backwards. Well, that's cool. And this game does some weird shit to make itself very hard sometimes. This race has been an excellent example of the game just going out of its way to do the weirdest fucking shit it can do. Bizarre. What? I'll probably give it one more go. Man, this is fun, but it's way, way hard. Like, it feels like I'd probably have to practice a whole lot to get to the actual hard difficulty, and then that expert one, I literally have to become an expert on the game, put hundreds of hours into it probably to be able to handle it. But, you know, if you didn't have a lot of games on your N64, you had plenty of time to master these short and hard as shit Wave Race 64 and Pilot Wings. So. I'll be back in just a second. Alright, I'm back. We might see some more N64, or not N64, might some more Nintendo this weekend. I might play some GameCube. Hell, I might even play this game's sequel, even though that wasn't what I was originally planning. I don't know if I'm going to do that or put that off for another time.
Select your watercraft, please. Welcome to Sunny Beach.
Get ready for the first race. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, not bad. Don't sweat it. Okay. You moved up. Maximum power. Keep the pace.
You know, I don't really notice this game's low frame rate all that much either when I'm playing it. I mean, it definitely feels like a 30 FPS game, but it's actually 20. I think it goes to show how once you get into the 30-20 range, it doesn't make any difference. It's choppy either way. And also, how important it is to just have a consistent frame rate, which this game most certainly does. It stays locked at 20 at least. I mean, even think of how much better like the original Star Fox would play if it stayed locked at, say, like 14 instead of fluctuating between like 9 and 13 or whatever it does. You know what I mean? Just if it just had like a clean, locked at a decent frame rate kind of thing. Even if it's low, it would help. It helps because it helps your brain predict what's happening in the next frame, basically. And that is a lot of what's going on when you're playing this game.
Start
I'm just trying to anticipate and understand where these waves are going and try to ride it home. Nice. Clean one. Ooh, my neck just popped like crazy.
You finished first and got 7 points. Move on to the next round.
Welcome to Drake Lake.
Watch the signal. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Good. Everybody fight. Okay. Maximum power. No problem.
That was terrible, but I felt like correcting it was also just absolutely not an option.
Moving up. Maximum power. No problem.
That sucks. Also, at the very end. It sucks. I mean, at least I didn't miss 2 more and get bailed or whatever, but geez, that went terrible. That's my first race to just completely beef it after winning the first 2. Now tying me for first. Interesting.
Welcome to Marine Fortress.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Time to get serious.
We'll see if I get this Ares thing set up. I should do a stream of Killer Instinct Gold, which I find basically unplayable in Movement 64 because I can't find a way to map the controls that isn't completely stupid. Movement's control scheme is great for 3D games because it maps the C buttons to the right stick, which I think is a great idea. God damn it. Stupidest possible fucking outcome. Yeah, I lost. That sucks. Yet again. Oh, you completely lost. Oh, this isn't going well at all. No.
You finished fourth and got one. Move on to the next.
Hey, at least there was a shakeup, causing me to not completely lose.
Have a
The people who won didn't win this time or whatever, so shakeups are really, really useful if you do terrible. What did we learn last time? Never take the so-called shortcut. It's actually a much, much worse path. Yeah, but I'll easily overtake them here, watch, I think. I don't know. They're able to take the shortcut with completely bullshit reasons. This track sucks. What a bunch of bullshit. Just because they're able to like fly through that shortcut where I just scrape the walls the whole time. They're always going to kick my ass on that track. That sucks.
You finished third and got to move on to the next.
The shakeups are just,
Welcome
they're
to
saving my
Twilight
bacon.
City.
On your mark, get set.
I don't have to get first this time, I just have to get second. That last one. No clue what I missed. Not a damn clue. No idea. I wonder if that shortcut on the left is the way to go. Yeah, that's what I want, is just a beach up on the sand all slow and weird. Yeah, can we go slower? Can we go a little slower there? That'd be awesome. Yeah, there's no coming back from that. That's a game ruiner. So, doesn't matter at that point anyway. Yeah, this game's really frustratingly difficult. Just maybe a smidge less difficulty would make it a little bit more fun, but A little bit more stuff would make it a little more fun too. But I can't even see the stuff that's there really, so I just feel like they could notch it down a little bit. I mean, it does say hard, and they know that it's frustrating to do hard and expert, I'm sure. But I would have preferred an easy, normal, and hard. Not, I mean, that's, I don't know. Again, they're trying to stretch out what little they have.
Come back. Try again.
I probably have time for one more though, considering how fast this goes. One second. Alright. You know, Nintendo's racing games are often pretty difficult. The F-Zero games are hard-ish. Like, the original game is really well balanced, in my opinion. And most of its other versions, I guess the Game Boy Advance ones and whatever, same thing. The N64 one's a little bit hard, but it's really good. It's not too crazy hard, though. But and then the GameCube one, when I played that, I complained a whole lot. That game's really, like, even more so than this, just a little bit more frustrating than I want my racing game to be. Now, Mario Kart, everybody knows Mario Kart's difficulty is just cheese. Like, it's just a matter of, you know, it balances itself with a bunch of handicapping stuff, so it gets kind of random and goofy. Competitively, it's fun for all ages. Against the computer, it's just play, you know, you'll win and you'll lose, and you just play it until you win. So again, fun for all ages, really. Not as intensely skill-based. This game, though, Wave Race and to a lesser extent F-Zero X, and to a greater extent F-Zero GX are crazy skill-focused racing games, I think. Like, oh, Excitebike's pretty balanced, and I can do the N64 version of that game at some point too. That game's pretty good. I remember having a lot of fun with it. That was one I never played until I bought the cartridge. Took it home, popped it in, had a blast with it. I think that might be one of many games that I like better without the expansion cartridge. I think it runs in 480i, but just squishes the screen or something if you have the expansion cartridge. And it doesn't necessarily correct the aspect. I didn't really have to look at it again. I just remember thinking it didn't look great, and maybe also hurt performance. So the expansion memory is not always a win on the N64. On the Saturn, it is always a win. Generally, if a game uses it, it often requires it. So, and the games that do require it are often very much more impressive on the Saturn. Saturn made the best use of RAM, probably because of its focus on 2D graphics and having a lot of high-quality frames of animation, art, and memory. It was really a system that could, you know, it outdid what the Neo Geo CD was doing at that time. An excellent way to play arcade games. It really I've only lost interest in Saturn due to how easily I can emulate a lot of arcade stuff now, and we'd rather just play the arcade board emulated for various reasons. Sometimes I'd rather play the Saturn version, or like Hyperpool, for example, because they were enhanced. It depends on the game. And, you know, we've got games like Radiant Silvergun and Cotton and Terra Diver. Those are Titan games, so they run on the same hardware. You might as well play the Saturn version. It's just the arcade game with enhancements. There's one YouTuber I follow. He doesn't stream live, but he does post short videos of games. Mostly they're just straight playthroughs. Andy Tries Games. He uses a real N64 with an EverDrive and an HDMI mod. And I feel like visually I get about the same results as him. I'm not saying it's as good of an experience, but that's what I'm striving for. I want it to look like a real N64 with an HDMI cable. I don't want it to look like a fucking emulator running something in, you know, 1080p. Yeah, and you know, I've also people that have had conversations with me online or on YouTube or whatever in comments recently have talked about, because they're trying to set up their emulators to like very much upscale and outconvert things for PlayStation and such, and I just don't do that. I don't like that. Like I don't like the way it looks for the most part. I mean, it can be made to look good, but it's not what I remember, and it's not something I care about. And I'm always just shooting for accuracy, accuracy, accuracy. Like that's what I want. So to some extent, I couldn't really like help with saying, hey, this emulator is better at that or that. I guess I'll throw out there that I think that on PlayStation, the people who really like want to mod the crap out of the graphics and use like texture packs and like replacement models and stuff like that are probably using a modded version of PCSX of some sort. I don't know, but I think it has the most support for that kind of weird stuff. In terms of higher resolution, perspective correction, widescreen hacking, stuff like that, Beetle and DuckStation do just fine on that, as far as I know. Like, I thought that they did it the same way, but I never turned those features on. I am going to say that if you're going to use the enhanced resolution on a PlayStation game, then you're going to like render it at 4 times scale or whatever so that it's sharp. You're probably going to want to use the perspective correction, because otherwise the games, they're already a warping mess, but in lower resolutions that's less noticeable. It just looks more like a noisy image, whereas in higher resolutions it really does look like the damn floor's jumping around and things just look weird and bad. So those are two things that are like peanut butter and jelly. You've got to have them together there. Texture filtering is definitely more debatable. But honestly, all that stuff looks like crap to me. Like, if that's not what it originally looked like, then you're messing it up somehow. I just want the original image, unfiltered, sharp as can be, on an HD TV. I don't want the rendering changed. Now, that's not to say I never do it. When I stream like Model 2 and Model 3 and stuff, that's not the original resolution. That stuff's all just being forced into 1080p or something. The original resolutions are really weird and hard to probably get on the screen. Like, those emulators don't support rescaling everything, I don't think. They kind of want to output the way you set them. So even in full screen borderless window, which I think I'm using on them, still doesn't just let you set it to anything and scale it. So you're not going to be able to do the 484 by 376 resolution or whatever the shit it is that a Model 2 and Model 3 run at. The closest you can get probably for most people is running it in 640 by 480. But I mean, those scale particularly well and have a certain look to them anyway. I'm pretty fine with the way they're outputting. And I did do a widescreen hack one time on Scud Racer. Felt a little dirty doing that, but it works well in the game. I mean, can't deny. Oh, you completely lost. Just like every time you've ever done this track. Good job.
Welcome to Marine Fortress.
What did I rate Hydro Thunder? It was an 8 out of 10 also, right? That feels totally fair. I like this game about as much as I like Hydro Thunder. It takes longer to warm up to, but once I've warmed up to it, I like it a little more. So, but they're both about the same amount of fun. Hydro Thunder just feels like a more complete game, but it's also not as... It actually... I wish that its physics and controls were as complex and interesting as this game. They're not. It's not terrible or anything, it's just not this fancy. This race is over, right? I don't know if there's any coming back from that. Maybe. Maybe I can use violence to my advantage. Maybe you didn't hear me the first time, bitch. You gonna make me lose off this? Yeah, they're gonna make me lose off that. All of us have a big wreck, but I definitely am the one who has to lose off of that, for sure. What a load of fucking shit. This game is infuriating. It's infuriating that you can't just restart the race. That's what kills me on it. Like, if I could just redo each one over and over, it would be fine, but because of its tournament structure, it's, you know, brutal. These guys are absolutely killing me with this shit, so I'm gonna try it. How do you not scrape the walls the whole time? That's what I want to know. This seems so bad. I'm committed. I should be fucking committed for this. How do they do it? How do they even do that? Yet I still somehow found my way into second this time. This is wild. I don't think I can do it this time. It's just killing me. Oh, I almost thought I stole first. Finishing in second doesn't feel so bad there. considering how everything else went.
You finished second and got 4. Move on to the next round.
Welcome to Twilight City.
It's a second place.
On your mark, get set. 3, 2, 1, go! Nice! Nice! Everybody fight! Maximum power!
What? How much time did I lose on that? What? It might as well just end. I mean, I can't win. Sure that ship sailed right around the time I got stuck on that. That's okay, I'm missing a lot of it, but it's alright, I might as well just die. I mean, I can't win. I literally can't catch up. What the fuck is this?
Don't miss any more. Okay, nice. Okay. Good. Not even close.
Not even close, like you said. So, yeah, this is hard as shit. This game's good, though. I stand by the 8 out of 10. I say it's equal in quality to Hydro Thunder. And I would rate the N64 version of Hydro Thunder an 8 out of 10 as well, by the way. It's a good port. It plays just as well as the Dreamcast version. It's just blurrier and, you know, lower resolution. So, a bit harder to tell what's going on, but not so much that it really affects playability. So, yeah, if you like if you like water sports, if you like yeah, you know, some boat racing or jet ski racing, the N64 has you covered. And then if you still need more liquid gameplay in puzzle form, check out Wetrix. That's a pretty cool game. I'll play it eventually. I don't know if I'll do the N64 version or the Dreamcast version. I'm not sure that it matters, so I probably won't bother copying the Dreamcast disc over when I could just play the ROM that I already have in my collection here. So anyway, that's Wave Race 64. I'm not sure what my next stream is going to be, but I'm leaning towards Alien Hominid for the GameCube. So I don't know. Or possibly even Contra Rebirth. I'm probably going to be doing a running gun. I guess that's what I'm saying. So yeah. But I always like to get a racing game in every once in a while. And, you know, of course, shooters, and more shooters. So if you like action games, check it out, and thank you for watching.